Hi and welcome to Automation Expo 2022. This is Neha Basodkar Ghate from Automation and Digitalization magazine. We have here with us Mr. Sameer Gandhi from Omron Automation Private Limited. So we shall start have a chat with her. So sir, what are the products that has been exhibited in this exhibition, and what are the footfall or the customers that you are expecting from this exhibition?
So actually we have done a little differently this time around. So instead of just exhibiting products, what we have tried to do is exhibit solutions itself. So why we are doing this is because what we are trying to do here is map the real world challenges, what the industry is facing, what are their asks, and then instead of just showcasing products and letting people figure out what the solutions they can work out of it, we are actually proposing and we are building and showcasing solutions itself.
Great.
So that's why you have the robotic solutions here for pick and place applications. So what it is actually showing is the dexterity, the speed at which it can pick small components, which is a real world challenge. You've crossed predictive maintenance. So we're talking about predictive maintenance in terms of panels, in terms of motors, because again, that's a real world challenge, unscheduled downtime. So how to overcome that. And we also have traceability solutions. So traceability is a good example because it utilizes laser markers, barcode verifiers, barcode readers, as well as PLCs to communicate. And all of that we are presenting it as a solution. So instead of just talking about a product, right? So that's the
real life solutions has been exhibited over here.
Absolutely, that's the idea. So we are making it easier for customers to understand what are the kind of solutions which are possible and available with automation.
Exactly. And what is India? I mean, when it comes to automation and digitization and smart solutions, where do you see India is going it into, especially after the pandemic or after the worst time ever the world has seen? So has the automation solution or is the smart technologies growing into the new world, or has it what is the status of it?
So that's a good question, Neha. Thank you for asking. And I think automation was always picking up in India. I mean, it's been on a rising trajectory. But what COVID has done is it has brought forth some of the real challenges or some new challenges for many of the factory managers. One of the biggest challenges that people faced was, and you know this, during the first lockdown, a lot of labor, many people actually went home. Right? Exactly. They didn't come back on time, or some of them actually never came back. Exactly. And which resulted in a renewed sort of a revelation for the factory managers that you cannot take labor for granted in India. Right? So they are grappling with two situations. One is the quantity itself, but even when they have the people, it's about training. So there's about quality. So it's about scaling up. And so hence, one of the things that we are seeing or witnessing after this is a big growth or a push for automation. Because not as a labor replacement, but as someone or as automation that will work together with humans. So work collaboratively and then help create better, environment on the shop floor, and more predictive and more predictable environment, and a more consistent output on the shop floor.
Considering your products, what are the markets that you see, especially to the solutions that you have bought in?
Okay. So we are focusing primarily on six major markets. Automotive, and within automotive environment, EV vehicles is one of our big focus areas now. Digital, FNC, food and commodity, logistics, medical, and infrastructure. And we are seeing all of these markets growing. So we are actually seeing a secular growth. And out of these markets, at various points of time in the last 2 years, we have seen FNC grow very rapidly. But now we see automotive growing, and especially we see a lot of demand coming from EV manufacturers.
Exactly, that is in trend right now.
Yeah, and I think that's in line with the overall market demand. And what we are also seeing is demand coming from automotive component suppliers who are supplying to these EV industries. So we're talking about battery manufacturers, we're talking about motor manufacturers. So that's the kind of sector that we are targeting.
And there are like a consistent demand from these sectors that you will be having,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
That was a very valuable input, sir. Thank you for your contribution.
Welcome.
Thank you.